X30 Senior Heat 3 of the Whilton Kart Club. Let's have a look at your grid for this one. Alex Johnson is there on pole, alongside him is Joe Charlton. Then it's Jordan Brown, Archie Forber, Carly Atkins and Jake Yanagasawa. Behind them, JP Sleater and Brandon Matchell, followed by Sam Shaw and Niels Coolen, rounding out the top 10. Then it's Oscar Joyce and Thomas Fleming. Behind them, Lucas Ellingham in the 99, be watching out for him. Following him, Lucas Gross, Remy Gilbert, Reece Newburn, Hugo Gilbert and Lewis Johnston-Cool. Then it's Jensen Buckingham and Christopher Bingham rounding out the top 20. They're followed by Harry Cottrell, Christian Brooks, Marcus Littlewood and Thomas Mollett. Then it's Vishal Patel, Sam Heading, Benjamin Southgate, Luke Taylor, Harry Torpey and William Smith. And I believe 31 total drivers in this race. It is indeed. Finalising the grid, it's Tom Ryan. Here we go. Cross the start finish straight, no yellow lights, which means we're underway in racing. Round the first corners and look at that plume of smoke, it's huge. Here we go, up to Christmas corner, 48 still in the lead, that's Alex Johnston. Behind still Jordan Brown, I believe in the 80. It is indeed. Jordan Brown's going to dive to the inside. A very late move there into Christmas corner, but makes it stick. Brilliant move for Brown as he now takes the lead. The rest of the field continues, not for very long though. Back up the inside is the 48 of Alex Johnson, and this is only going to be holding them all up, allowing for the rest of the pack to get involved with all of this battling. It's heated up already, and we're barely about 20 seconds into this. 80 now down into third, so I think that's Joe Charlton. No, it's not, it's the 41 of Carly Atkins getting involved. There is Joe Charlton in the number 96, now moving up 2. So 80 goes from first to fourth in the space of about 3 corners. Initially a fantastic lap, turned into a bad burst. Have a look at that! Side-swiping along, that was the 51 getting collected there of Hugo Gilbert. Just about keeps it on the black side, as you say, but carrying on, and my goodness, what a first lap.
I thought the 51 was going to end up going stage exit right there, but luckily he hasn't, because the 96 gets overtaken by the 80 of Brown. Forcing another driver off as well. So that's Charlton being overtaken by Brown, and that caused a bit of a domino effect behind him. Look at that. I mean, how on earth you're supposed to be a driver and being able to pick your way through that one is beyond me. But these drivers are doing it particularly well, as the 80 of Brown and Charlton and 96 still going at it rather impressively. But we're going to focus on the race for the front, Johnston and Atkins. Atkins getting through on Johnson and will take the lead at the end of this lap.
That was pretty impressive. The earlier we saw in the lap. Getting squeezed wide was that. 96 losing a couple of positions there. That's Joe Charlton, JP Sleater, Sam Shaw getting through there. Sam having a good lap there, up 3 positions. Sam Shaw kind of coming out of nowhere, but someone who's very pacey. We've seen in the heat earlier today and the heat yesterday, of course. Another battle going on slightly further back there. The 14 is in the middle of that, so that's Thomas Fleming, Archie Forber and Christian Brooks, I do believe. A number of names we've seen right up at the sharp end, so we'll just see how they battle through. Yeah, earlier on in the race we did see someone getting forced wide. That was JP Slater, but they managed to move up, Sleater I should say, move back up to 5th now. They managed to recover okay, but no drivers having any sort of crazy offs, all managing to sort of get it back together. As these two still there at the front, a nice little gap there back to the 80 of Jordan Brown, and then lots of karts battling. Sam Shaw, JP Slater, Lucas Ellingham now involved there in 6th. He's just set the fastest lap of the race, a 45.28, and there he is in the back of the shot there, just chasing down these leading pack.
Yeah, I was trying to have a look out. Where is Ethan Ling as well?
Just seen the number 3 of Thomas Fleming go down the inside of Joel Charlton at Christmas corner as well. But can you spot him?
No. Is the answer. I can't see him anywhere on the timing screen. So either his transponder's not working, he hasn't registered, or he's just flat out not there. It's a 76. Keep an eye out on it, but normally the transponders are pretty reliable. It's because I'm looking at senior max.
I was thinking, is it this race?
What a fool! What a fool!
I'm not sure that is him. No, we're good. I was thinking, I don't think I saw him and Ellingham on the same grid, so no, it's all good, mate. It's all good. That was the senior max, and I think we will be seeing them out very shortly. Indeed, that will be the race after this one. That will be our last race before the lunch break, which again, I've got to say, you've got to stick around for the paddock show. It's brilliant, not because I'm in it, obviously. Oh, that's a big one! Nearly goes over, does the 84. Luckily goes back down on all 4 wheels. I could see that coming a mile off. They were battling pretty hard through Christmas there, just got squeezed on the exit, manages to rejoin, and that was a close one, nearly perpendicular with the circuit at one point there. But luckily the driver carries on, all okay.
Yeah, it's Yanagasawa, I'm going to say for the time being. It might be wrong, but there's the number 84, unfortunately. But as I said, hopefully we'll carry on going as well. It's without too much injury to the car or the driver. Right, that's number 99 of Luke Ellingham.
He's moved his way up through both of these guys, and these guys are going to continue scrapping, and he's going to pull away.
Yeah, I'm guessing. You're absolutely probably right. You've seen this ending before.
Mate. I've seen this before.
Yeah, I was going to say, you've seen this episode, haven't you? I think everybody else, to be fair, if anybody's been watching Ellingham, there's a good chance that he probably will. But he's got 3 seconds to catch up for the race lead. Are you going to make a bold prediction about that one?
No, mate, I don't make bold predictions because they're always wrong. And I always commentators curse someone.
Well, fair enough. Well avoided.
I've learned to not single anyone out because I know it will just ruin their race. So I just let them race and enjoy whatever happens.
Brown, Fleming has done well. I think he's gotten ahead of Brown. Yeah, he has. And he's moved his way up to 6th position as well. So the number 3 of Thomas Fleming doing extremely well as well, almost cracking into the top 5. And with the pace that they've shown, I wouldn't be surprised if they get past JP Sleater either, just ahead of them, right onto the back of him, that you can probably see in the melee of carts that is going towards this infield section.
Yeah, you can pick him out, yeah.
There he is. There is a number 3. So the cameraman is clearly knows what I'm on about.
Yeah, clearly. It's also interesting to see fastest lap is actually Sam Heading in 12th in the number 7 car, 44.73. So battling through the pack well. You see a move higher into Christmas, not quite going to happen. That's a 61 of Lewis Johnston Cool, looking for it on Austin Joyce. Looking for it again. There is a move slightly further ahead though to the 80, losing out again. That's Jordan Brown moving down the order. Now has Lewis right behind him, or possibly might have just gotten through. No, managed to stay ahead for now anyway. We look forward. Here is the number 3 of Thomas Fleming, being followed by Christian Brooks. 2 big names that we see a lot in this category. 2 very, very fast drivers. So let's see how they can go. That battle that we were looking at before, still raging on though. Drivers continuing side by side through Ashby. Now down into Ogiers. And through they go onto the back side of the circuit. A track limit warning for Christian Brooks though. Needs to watch out about those. Luckily in an 8-minute race you're unlikely to get enough to give yourself a penalty, and what a move that is. 82. Late on the brakes there. Christian Brooks, the usual move there through the boot. So although getting a couple of track limit warnings, gets a position as well. Up into 6th he goes. Yeah,
well, if you're going to do it, you might as well take advantage while they're still just giving you a warning, I suppose, and try and make that move stick. So now he'll have to be a little bit more sensible, but he has got track position, so I'm sure he won't mind too much now ahead of Sleater in the number 25. Fleming in the number 3 was a driver I wanted to keep an eye out on, but actually mainly I wanted to keep an eye out on the 10th place driver, Sam Heading. Again, we haven't really seen the battle between him and Lucas Ellingham, but those drivers, if you look at the championship breakdown, are the 2 that you sort of really want to be focusing on. Loads of race wins between them. In fact, the majority of the race wins have been taken by Ellingham, followed by Sam Heading, even though Heading hasn't necessarily been here for half the season. So yeah, those 2 definitely ones to be looking out for when it comes to the actual finals a little later on.
Exactly. Nearly made the same thing as you and leaving my mic down then. I did want to say, Atkins, what have you had for lunch? What have you had for lunch? Absolutely smashed it at the front of the pack. It was 3 seconds clear of Lucas Ellingham last time around. That's now dropped to 2.8. I mean, Lucas is a ridiculous pace out there. 44.7s. Closest are 44.9s, which is Atkins, Shaw, Sleater, Brooks, Fleming as well. Sam Heading, it's ridiculous the amount of close pace here. But Atkins, there you go. You see on the timing, changed for 2nd place. Ellingham has got past Alex Johnston, moves up into 2nd place. Another fastest lap for Sam Heading. He's coming through the pack lovely. 44.62 now for Heading as he continues to make his way up the order. But yeah, Carly Atkins, fantastic. Now past 3 seconds again, that gap for the lead. And although, only about 1 second now, and now 0 seconds. So we'll have one more lap after this. I don't want the commentators curse it, but Atkins has been doing an amazing job and should hold this win. As we see a move there. Number 3 down the inside, that's Fleming on Christian Brooks. So all these 3 are ridiculously close on 1 lap pace, but they're going to continue batting now through this final lap and could hold each other up, give other people some opportunities to make moves. But is it going to change at the front? I don't think Lucas Ellingham's got enough time.
No, I don't think he has. There was only 2 tenths difference on that previous lap. I don't think it's going to... It would have to be a monumental effort.
I'm glad I didn't make any bold predictions.
No, I was going to say you were right not to. That is Heading, though. There's an opportunity maybe you can make up 1 more place, but realistically, into the top 10 is not a bad finishing position. Better than not finishing at all, obviously. So a good show by Heading, a good show by Fleming.
Considering Sam Heading's like 26.
Well, that's what I mean.
Yeah,
inside the top 10 is
pretty
pretty good. But we'll be seeing Atkins crossing the line, I'm sure, because it will be a race victory. There we go. He's taken the checkered flag. Ellingham comes home in second place with Johnston in third, and then Shaw and Brooks rounding out the top 5. Good race there by the X30 seniors, and we will be able to see the Matt Rotax seniors, I believe, for our final race of final race of the heat.
Indeed, you are correct. It will indeed be the senior maxes coming up next.
Yeah. But before we get into that, obviously a little bit of a thought back onto this race, just in case the Sting isn't ready. Otherwise, we'll be talking a little bit too much afterwards. But yeah, Atkins, you mentioned it very quickly. Another word on them. Brilliant drive for the fun, and once into the race lead, it was very, very impressive indeed, wasn't it? There was absolutely no sort of question, even if Luke Ellingham had gotten through 2 laps earlier. It just looked like Atkins had it in him to keep that race victory.
Number 18 of Sam Shaw gets himself a penalty. That was 4th place on the road. Likely to be more sort of the bottom of the top 10 there, really. Ellingham's fine, gets waved through. Then 48 was our last. Oh, and the car started. 48 was our last podium position. That was Alex Johnston. So we'll wait and see as Alex comes through whether he gets a penalty.